Hey, it's Denny from Prize Property here again. I bought for the Polaris XP, I bought an oil change kit and a new air filter, new front ends, new rear end, oils, and we're gonna do a change on it. I'm gonna start it tonight. Today is not right now, it's Friday, June 23rd. I won't get this finished until tomorrow. Oh, I got a new belt hanging on the wall too. Changed the belt on it, I believe, too. I'll have to look and see what the belt looks like. Though I personally have never changed the belt on that machine. When I bought it used, and anyways, the belt went bad, and the place that I bought it off of did another change on it and fixed the clutch, what was wrong with the clutch at the time. But anyways, I will bring you back here in a little bit and show you the oil change. I showed you this. You've been on never really showed you this. You've been on a few rides with me in it, but that's it. Nothing special. Windshield, rear window, and I still got nets on the doors. Keep on saying one of these days I'm gonna buy hard doors for it. I don't know if I ever will. Maybe if I buy a new one sometime I will. But here anyways, I ended up downloading the whole maintenance manual for the Polaris offline for it. So I changed it, put it in this binder to keep it together. But here's the kit for the oil change kit for the motor. New filters, new oil, air filter. This is the rear end, this is the front end, and dry fluid. Anyways, bring you back when I take the nut out of the rear end, and then that'll just drain all night. And that's all going to be down in there. Well, there's a bolt right there, drain bolt, or that one happens to be the fill line, underneath too. But I had to use a piece of 1-inch steel pipe with the Allen wrench to get it loose. But anyways, I'm gonna take the bottom one out with you, and then we'll let it drain all night, get all the oil out. So that's what I'll be doing here. I don't know how much you can see. Probably not much. But I did get it loose. And there's all the oil coming out, so you see it. We're just gonna let it drain all night. It's got a little bit of stuff on the magnet, so that's where it'll be all night. I guess I'll take this out with you too before I shut you off. This holds over 2 quarts of oil, or just under 2 quarts of oil, excuse me, or the gear oil. So we'll open this up so that it breathes better. As you can see, my oil pan must have leaked. somewhat. It's all the way over to the drain. Every time I do something in here, well, I already put the oil plug from underneath in. The only one that's out is this one right here, and it takes 1 whole quart and then 32 more or 8 ounces more. So we're gonna put this quart in, and I got to get a special funnel so that. And how you do this is you fill it up, and you got to hold this little funnel so I can get the right angle. And you want it to flow out the plug. And then it's full. I'll bring you right back after I get the next quart open. It'll just flow off the threads of that, of the fill hole or oil level hole. So, and it's supposed to take 8 more ounces of this oil in it. So we're going to kind of guess. And there you go. See it flowing out? Now I'll come back and check this in a couple days. I'll run it a little bit and then I'll check it again to make sure it's good. $12 pounds of torque on the plug too, so that's not very much. So anyways, I've done both plugs. My side by side, I'm gonna have to, because I have a snow plow on it, so I'm gonna have to take all this, unbolt all of this first. So I'll bring you back when I got them all loosened up. I gotta break them loose. Out that I might need to spray these bolts on this plate for the snowplow mount, to spray them with oil every now and then. They are pretty rusty. In the back of the plate I can see it's pretty rusty too. I'll get it sprayed down with oil before I put it back on. I might even run it for a few weeks, because I got to check the oil level anyway, so there are a couple days without it. That way I can get it cleaned up real good. Yeah, we're gonna put the bolts in. We're gonna leave it off for a little bit. I'll get it hosed down and get it really cleaned out before I put it back on. And we'll get it all sprayed down with oil before I put it together too. course, these plugs were tighter than they should have been. This one only takes like 8 ounces. The front only takes like 8 ounces of oil. Clean all them little fragments off of it. Let that one sit off for a minute. Here's the top plug. That's the fill level. I don't know if you'll ever see that when I'm filling it or not. I'm gonna take it out and let it get a little bit of air in there. Right there. Torqued at like 10 pounds, and I have no way of measuring that, so I just try to make it a little bit snug. And like I said, I'm gonna leave the snow plow stuff off for a while anyway, so we'll be able to keep an eye on it, see if it's leaking. And of course, you can't get the Allen wrench. I might actually have to order a new drain plug for here, because it's a little bit stripped out. See, like I said, I didn't own this brand new. Bought it used. It's a good machine, but some people, I believe, did some work that don't really know what they're doing. There it is. Not very tight, I don't think. Kind of a tight spot to do this in. I don't know how much you're going to really see, but same principle. Put the oil in until it flows out the hole, and I can't see anything. And this oil's really clear, actually. It's only like 8 ounces of oil on this one. Here in a second, I'll pull this out and see what I see. No, it's definitely coming out, so I'll give it a second. Lay it down a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. Again, you get it into the, it's only like, takes like 10 pounds to tighten the plug in. Hopefully you can see that. I think you can now. Next I got to get to the, oh, it's written in some language on that side that I don't understand. Get the oil change kit for the motor, and then I bought an air filter too. So we'll get to that now. Start putting stuff over here. Well, they don't make it easy for you to get to, but I don't know if you can see it or not. The oil filter's right behind that there, so I'm gonna have to take this for the clutch, or for the belt breather. I gotta take that tube off to get into it. I'll bring you back once I got that disconnected. Show you where the oil filter is. Well, it's been taking a little bit of time to get to here because I'm trying to make it so you can see it. And so I loosened it up, but it took a little bit to get underneath. I can't get it. Too fat, I guess. There we go. There's oil draining. Well, I think you can see it. Yeah, there it is. Okay, here's something else that happened that'll probably make a mess. I got the oil filter, got to the oil, I got that tube right there off so I can get into the oil filter. They kind of put the stuff in a spot. They're hoping you come and get it fixed by them is what they're hoping, really. That's what they're hoping, that you come and get it fixed by them. There it is, just like your car. There, I don't know if you can see it. Shiny on the rubber there, I can see it through the camera. I put a light film of oil on it. I cleaned that down in there where the oil filter meets. And now we just got to get the thing fished down in there. There it is. Meantime, the oil plug down below is draining. There you go. Now we're going to do the air cleaner. Well, I still have some of the stuff that may be out of my way. So just in case I can't remember how to get the air cleaner apart though. Here's another clip. What the heck? There's something else holding it. Can't remember. I'll have to bring it back here after I figure it out. There's still another clip holding. There's two on this side, two on the opposite side, and one here. And I still have one more clip so it can swing down like this. And then you take the old air cleaner out, Actually, it don't look all that bad, but I got a new one for it, so it's gonna get replaced. Here's a new one. We'll stick it in. And you can see the new one and how clean it is. It sure does. The other one did look pretty dusty. So I'll get it part way up in there, then I'll bring you back. Turns out I'm gonna have to take the air box out. It might not have ever been hooked up right. I can't tell. Anyways, the bottom will not snap in right. So it might, and then I was looking, and on the clean side of the air box, it was dirty. So that's telling me it might, because it works like a hinge system sort of. So it might not have been ever hooked up right. So let me get to it. Tape or on video, but I got the box back together. Put a bolt in, and I'll bring you back when it's back together. There it is. Got one more bolt to tighten up. And I know the air box is closed properly now because it runs on like a hinge. When I started looking at it after trying to close it back up again, I could see that I don't think it was ever closed right in the first place. So that might have been me, because I know I've changed the air filter at least once. But I don't remember having to take it apart like this to get it all back together again. So anyways, the air box is back in. I'll bring it back here. I'll get this hose up and that hose back on, and I'll bring you back for it. The hoses, everything, new oil filter put in. I'm gonna go down and put the plug back in. There's the oil cap. I'll be putting all the oil in it here in a minute. I'll bring you back when I'm doing the oil. Oil change kit comes with the exact amount of oil that you need. I'll dump it all in here in a second. Takes 2.5 quarts, it says, or 2.4. That little funnel, I'm not even sure what that came for, but works good for most of the stuff on this side-by-side. We'll put the 2.5 quarts on it, and we'll start it up and check the oil. As soon as this quart's done, I'll do the other two, or yeah, the other 1.5, and start it up, check the oil with it. Give it a couple seconds to run the oil through the filter. Sounds pretty quiet. don't know if you can see it, but it's between the lines. It's in the good spot. There, you might be able to see it. There you go. It's in between the lines. So we're good to go. Next step, pulling the front tires and pulling the front tires and then greasing the front end. But I rotated them. I'm going to do a quick grease job on one side so that you can see it. But they're not 100% used. I don't know how much you can see that. But I'm going to need to order some front brakes, especially on this side. So let me get the greasing and I'll set you up so you can see it. Yeah, I'll get to ordering those. And just like greasing anything else, start seeing grease come out somewhere, that's enough grease. There it's going again. I think there's only 3. I'll do a quick check here. 3. Three grease fittings here. I don't see any more. I'll take you to the other side. Well, when I do one in the back later on, I'll